Okay, so before I start this video, I have to quickly make this statement. The reason I'm making the video in this way instead of a non-scripted video is mainly because this will help me keep my head on topic with a couple jokes thrown into the mix to help try and understand what the fuck is going on here. In all honesty though, I'm still 100% convinced that I'm gonna need painkillers after this because this is extremely fucked up on so many levels. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. xArtemisWolf is someone who I think really got known, and I could be 100% wrong about this fact, I'm well aware and I will admit that, back when the whole drama involving xArtemisWolf was going on last year, where he struck down his entire YouTube channel and even went after Sid Alpha via the courts, who then should have told xArtemisWolf he lost. And now the dump box going off to Sid solely, as well as Google for some fucking reason. You can watch Sid's video on it in the description because that's got nothing to do with the current topic at hand. But that's basically who xArtemis is. He was one of the people who had to deal with Ace of Thorn when he was still being a brain-dead dumbfuck. And he still is, to be honest. And I also personally have no clue who xArtemis even was before the drama. But a few days ago, I got told that he apparently is a zoophile. Okay, I'll go into more detail. To those of you people who've been living under a rock while using computers running off Windows Vista and don't know what a zoophile is, take a fucking guess. There are people who get off to fucking animals, and that's what xArtemisWolf is. He literally came out as a zoophile, and this has pissed off a lot of people. And you can see how pissed off they are just by watching Eugene's live stream on the situation.
Get your fucking head examined. You're not a goddamn wolf. You're not a goddamn dog. You're a fucking human being. Just because you want to fucking identify as a fucking animal doesn't give you the right to fucking rape them. You sick fucks.
You sound as fucked off as I did when Einars laughed at my mental state. However, in all honesty...
And they say, and you're refusing to keep an open mind. There's no motherfucking open mind when you're fucking animals, man. You sick motherfucker. xArtemisWolf, you know what? I challenge you to a goddamn fight. Come get it. Come fucking get it, Satanist bitch, and I'll show that shit too. Come get it.
Eugene literally sounds like he's about to commit straight up fucking murder. He's that fucked off. Anyway, let's get back on track here. Now, everyone who helped xArtemis already knew that he was a furry, as well as the fact that she's trans. Something that, while I will not respect in this aspect, which you can probably guess as to why. But I have a strong feeling that the last thing they expected to learn about him was that he fantasized about fucking the entire cast of 101 Dalmatians. God, don't let him near Blue, whatever you do. Otherwise, the next episode will be what's going to happen to the person who abused Blue. Clues. Bad guy. Handcuffs. And bars. Answer, your ass is going to fucking jail. And with that, I've just ruined Blue's Clues for everyone. Actually, I think Rule 34 beat me to that, but that's beside the point. Now, I'm friends with some of the people that interacted with xArtemis back during the Ace of Thorns situation, and one of them is a guy named Prometheus Prime. And what he sent me... well, let's have a read. Now, I'll admit that there is a lot of context missing, and I have no clue who the hell is talking with xArtemis, because Prometheus didn't tell me, but from what we do have, it's obvious that the person just found out that xArtemis is a zoophile, and xArtemis is having a fit for not being allowed to explain themselves. And the person is basically going, what's there to explain, you're a fucking zoophile, and stating that that is where they draw the line, and very rightly too. They even went on to point out that they were willing to look past all the weird shit xArtemis did, but would not do the same thing after learning that xArtemis wants to play with Clifford the Big Red Dog. But while you're all reading ahead of me, you've probably already spotted that xArtemis doesn't seem to see anything wrong with being a zoophile. He literally sees nothing wrong with abusing animals in a sexual matter. He sees it as a perfectly normal thing to do. No, doing something stupid and seeing what happens if you stick your dick in your car exhaust while the engine's running is a perfectly normal thing to do. I mean, it's stupid and shows how low your IQ is, but I think we can all agree that it's more fucking normal than this. xArtemis, anyone with working brain cells can tell you that this is in no way, shape, or form normal. This is effectively and categorically the definition of rape. You are raping animals. And in your own complete and utter delusion, you believe that this isn't animal abuse, as the animals are consenting. And my question to that is, how the fuck can a dog give consent to that? Unless the dog's like Scooby fucking Doo and can actually speak fucking English, there is no way, shape or form that these dogs can give consent. And I want to point something else out here too. While writing the script up, I've got Eugene's live stream on xArtemis playing in the background where he mentions that he's brought xArtemis onto his channel where they've laughed at zoophiles, while xArtemis was one. Also, what the fuck do you mean by animals love unconditionally? How the fuck does that in any way justify you wanting to stick your dick up Lassie's ass? Even this doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't help you either. And then you decide to play a stupid fucking game of yes or no and ask if animals can communicate. Dumb fuck, kids can communicate! That doesn't mean they can give consent to some 30-year-old fuckwad to let them use them as a little toy. Oh, and I'm sure none of you miss it, but the person talking with xArtemis is refusing to play the game, and xArtemis is throwing a fit going, "You're refusing to listen." Well, how about you listen, you stupid walking werewolf rug? Zoophilia is literally a fucking criminal offense, and you can go to jail for this shit. I've spoken about some fucked up shit on my channel since I got into making these type of videos, but never have I spoken about something like this. Never have I ever spoken about something that is so fucked up and so cruel, and honestly, I'm fucking glad I haven't, because it is such a serious issue and is not something to be taken lightly. I also find it funny how he is still trying to defend himself by saying this person is still not listening and not having an open mind, while he is the one not listening, as well as not seeing how this is animal abuse and still tries defending it. And I want to point something out here. There is a difference between sleeping with your pet and fucking it. They are in no way comparable. Sleeping with your pet is fairly normal because your pet is your family. Now, there have literally been times when one of my cats has come into my room during the night while I'm asleep and will curl up in a ball on my bed and sleep with me. Not overly sure how things are with those that have dogs, but I've got a feeling almost similar. Oh, and I also need to quickly point out that this line is just a simple case of what the fuck are you on about? Because normal people who think of sleeping with their pets just think of getting into bed and sharing a spot on top for their cat or dog. Also, fuck factory farming. Now, I saw another video about this from Echo Wilder, who genuinely sounded in disbelief and disappointed. Well, then again, so did Eugene. But in Echo's video, Echo mentioned how Mischief touched up on this on his channel, which led to me actually going to his channel to see, and I didn't see a single video about it.
So that was a fucking...
Although, he did make a community post about it, which wasn't what I was actually looking for, so he did cover it, just not in the way I thought. But in Mischief's post, he mentions how this was someone who he also promoted by giving a shout out during the Drama with Aceathorn, like many other people who covered that shit, and actually reached out to him where he got confirmation about this and stated that he's cutting ties as well as updating the comment section where he gave said shout out. Not like that really matters much anymore anyway, because his channel is no longer available.
Good.
Eugene put a link to his channel in the live chat, which I clicked on and got this on my screen. Then in a Discord group, saw that he had changed his YouTube name to Calypso, and also seemed to have gotten rid of every single video that was on there. But even when you search that up in the YouTube search engine, you can't find him, meaning that his channel is basically 100% gone.
Good.
Now, I do feel like that I've been ignoring a crucial question, which is, how did anyone even find this out? Well, I have a very safe bet that this was not deliberate. xArtemis's Twitter account, which no longer exists by the way anymore,
Good.
had gotten hacked, and someone discovered an alt of his, which was named NotSocket. I'm not even... Anyway, they discovered this account and saw some major disturbing shit, which led to this spiral to where it's gotten to now. But then it turned out that while he not only changed all his profiles to Calypso, which he also did on Twitter with his NotSocket account, as you can clearly tell, but he also changed his xArtemis account to Eliopsum, which can easily be proven as the description for this account is exactly the same as the one for xArtemis. And this account, yeah, gone as well, as is his Canine Calypso account.
Good.
Okay, now, let's just cut the bullshit. All jokes aside, this is just totally fucked up. I get the fact that people have weird fantasies. I mean, I fantasize having a threesome with Dark Magician Girl and Gagaga Girl, but nobody in their right mind fantasizes sticking their dick inside Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy. Nobody I know has ever thought about getting a blowjob from their golden retriever. Zoophilia is one of the most fucked up things you can do next to pedophilia and necrophilia. This is in no way, shape, or form normal, nor should we be trying to normalize it. It's about as fucked up as taking a stuffed teddy bear and making a hole between its legs for your personal pleasure, which is definitely going to cause little Sally some serious trauma. Like, can we just think critically here for a minute? Who the ever-living fuck looks at a deer's ass and goes, damn, I'd smash that, or a wolf thinking, I'd stuff that puppy? Who the fuck thinks that? The only group of people who think that are those who are extremely fucked in the head and need serious brain surgery. And xArtemisWolf is one of those people. And I also want to bring something up. Versus made a video on the situation and showed this screenshot with xArtemis posting a pic of his cat laying against his ass and addressing that he, in the past, claimed that it wasn't his. I fear for his pets and their safety. And the people I seriously feel sorry for in regards to xArtemis are Versus, Eugene, Echo Wilder, Prometheus, and anyone else who helped her back during the Ace of Thorns drama. Speaking of Prometheus, he's also working on a video about all this. I feel so fucking bad for these guys. And I feel like it's Veroza all over again. For those of you who don't remember, Veroza, or just Emmy as he went by, and no, he wasn't trans whatsoever, so I don't know why his avatar was a chick, was another content creator that was in the Ace of Thorns drama that worked with these guys, but was actually claiming credit for anything additional that was found, and even snubbed everyone when the court case officially came out. Veroza basically used the guys to boost his own channel and views, and it feels like it's happening all over again with xArtemis. His channel got struck by Ace of Thorns to where the channel got terminated, and these people defended xArtemis and helped promote his channel and give him a following. And to have all this come out feels like such a betrayal and a crushing blow to them. And I feel so fucking sorry for every single one of them. I also want to touch up on something I mentioned earlier, which is that xArtemis is trans. And I am very much aware that I am disrespecting xArtemis by calling her a him instead of a her, like she prefers. But there is a reason for that. And the reason is that he doesn't fucking deserve my respect after this. My friend Haru said in a video on a different topic that respect is earned. How the fuck can I respect you when you openly admit to raping animals? How can anyone respect you when you admit to being into zoophilia? If you came out and said you get off to reading My Little Pony porn comics, then I'd be perfectly okay with that because I've done the same thing myself and it's made up fake crap. But this isn't fake. This is real. It's serious. This is a serious and major criminal offense which xArtemis is trying to fucking normalize. This is about as retarded and fucked up as a pedo trying to normalize fucking toddlers or necrophiles trying to normalize fucking a cadaver in the local morgue. I mean, I was literally speaking about this with Prometheus, and he sounds like the most hurt out of all of this because of what Ace of Thorns did to xArtemis' channel. I don't think while making a video for my channel I have ever been at this lost for words. I mean, yeah, I've spoken about dipshits being dipshits with brain cell damaging takes, but nothing like this. And I cannot respect xArtemis for this shit. If he had done something similar to what Veroza did, or he just decided to have a bitch at someone for no real valid reason, then I'd be much more respectful towards this person's preferred pronouns. But not for something like this. This is just too fucked up a situation that I just cannot give any respect. And it definitely isn't fucking deserved, in my opinion. It may be a hot take to some of you, but that's how I feel. Again, if this was any other type of situation, then maybe it'd be different. But fucking your pets is definitely where I, and many others, are going to have to draw the line. I advise people to distance yourself from this person, and to not give them a platform. There's a fair chance that xArtemis has already changed their channel name, as well as their Twitter, Xbox handle, Twitch, and Telegram, and are currently in hiding, waiting for all this to blow over and let it die down before they return. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything left for them to salvage. I think they are finished, and that whatever they had built up has been completely destroyed by these events. I will link Echo, Versus, and Eugene's video in the description, as well as Prometheus Prime's channel, who's also working on a video on the situation. This is truly the end of xArtemisWolf. Take care, everyone. stay safe, keep your pets safe, and I'll see you next time. At least that's what I would be saying had I not spotted some recent developments about the situation over on Discord, where xArtemis goes on claiming that she was having an identity crisis.
What?
Is it just me, or does that sound like one of the most bizarre excuses for something so fucked up that you've ever heard of in your life? Like, you don't hear murderers coming out saying they were having an identity crisis as they were shooting up a gas station, killing 3 customers and one of the attendants, because that would be called straight up bullshit. Also, extremely infuriating by playing the mental health card. As someone who has his own mental health shit going on with thoughts of suicide and constantly beating myself up and putting myself down, that fucks me off to no end. I mean, if you saw this video, you might know how this pisses me off, because you are using mental health as a fucking shield, which is just disgusting. Now, as you can tell, the comment came from xArtemis's new channel, Average Housemaid. By the way, I think the Dragon Maids want a word with you, and not in a fun way. Okay, quick little update. As of writing this script, it turns out that she's changed her channel name to Princess Piggy. Again, I think the actual Princess Piggy wants a word, and not in the fun way. And this comment was posted by her on both Echo's video and the one made by Versus. Word for fucking word. She literally did a fucking copy and paste. She also set up a new Twitter called Canine Calypso, where she went on to post this thread, as well as stating how she isn't actually a zoophile, as well as that she's seeing a therapist about it, to which she provided this form. Now, while the form doesn't necessarily mention anything about what she's going in for, completely dismissing it would 100% be very disingenuous to her and totally unfair, so it's better to give the benefit of the doubt. Although I should point out that I'm in a group server with these guys, and while with this, they're taking it with a grain of salt and giving the benefit of the doubt. The rest of it, frankly, I don't think you could fucking pay them to believe it. They don't buy it at all. They think it's bollocks, and that's mainly due to her doubling down. And let's be real, this doesn't exactly make it better. Again, in regards to the therapy thing, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt, and I seriously hope you fucking get it, as is everyone else. But this story, I should point out, also got covered by Acerthorn, which, in all honesty, I actually kind of figured. And this is something I never thought I'd say, but I actually give him props for excluding the name as to not have anyone else go after them. And I can also get him turning off the comments for this video, which he does explain in the description. Holy shit, I never thought I'd be defending Acerthorn, but apparently, here I am. Now, as of writing this script, she's actually changed her Twitter name from Canine Calypso to Wolf, as you can tell from the pinned tweet being exactly the same as the one by Canine Calypso. She apparently also set up a new account called Death Comes For Us All, which had no followers, no following, and no tweets. And I'm saying had instead of has, because now when you look it up, you get this. I generally don't really get why she made these accounts and new channels, only to either nuke them or changing their username entirely to try and escape from everyone calling her out, as all it tends to do is just make you look worse than what you actually are. It really doesn't tend to work, just like deleting a shit ton of videos. I think everyone who's followed my channel for long enough will know who it is I'm talking about. Now I'm gonna straight up admit this, I've personally never really interacted with xArtemis once. I was never as close to her as the others, so I can't really be as harsh as the others like Eugene. Being a zoophile is a crime and is definitely animal abuse. And if someone tries saying that animals love unconditionally and that they can give consent, firstly, smack them upside the head with a rolling pin. Secondly, animals don't love unconditionally, at least not all of them. And that also isn't much of an excuse anyway, so how about we just jump onto the third point, which is something I pointed out earlier in the video, which is that animals cannot consent. Even the horniest dog that will hump fucking anything cannot consent. None of these are acceptable or even usable excuses to try and justify you being a zoophile. I do genuinely hope that this document xArtemis provided on Twitter is 100% legitimate, and that she is seeing help and that she does get better. 100%. But I am not going to sit here and say that this fixes anything, because it very much doesn't. This is serious. Eugene versus Echo, Emily, Prometheus, and anyone else who has defended her are seriously hurt from this and see it as a giant betrayal. And fixing that betrayal and regaining their trust and favor is going to take some serious fucking time and effort to do. Genuinely, I wish xArtemis all the best in her therapy sessions, and I also hope that anyone who decides to aggressively attack her and send her disgusting shit like death threats and doxing and the like, get mauled by a pack of direwolves, because that is not going to help. xArtemis has seriously fucked and destroyed everything she built up. And it's going to take a lot of work to rebuild it, if that's even possible in her case. But only time will tell. I'm Taylor Gang, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.